content. So we're going to be looking at platinum, palladium, gold, and silver. So we will be taking a look at the charts. As you can see, I've got silver on the chart, and silver's looking pretty good today. Just obviously a brief overview. This is Silver Limey 79. We look at pretty much everything chart-wise. We'll also be looking at some Bitcoin and, of course, our regular precious metals. So welcome you all to the channel, and certainly appreciate it. If you guys feel like donating to the channel, I have a PayPal email address there in the description. Unfortunately, I'm no longer monetized, but if you feel the need and wish to donate, please feel free. Obviously, if you feel I have given you enough information, obviously it's an option, so don't feel pressured at all. But if you feel like donating, please check it out. In the description, you'll find all the relative information. So thanks very much for joining me. We've got up to 4 people watching, which is fantastic. Silver Chimp. Hey, Silver Chimp, how you doing, buddy? It's good to see you. I know I've got your email there. Hopefully you'll find, hopefully you're going to find that 2 and 6. As I said, look, it's up to you. I guess you could. They're not really clad. They didn't really do silver clad on the later coins, so just keep that in mind. So you're going to have to look at pretty much 1942 and younger if you can. They are quite expensive, so just definitely consider that. I've got 3 of the listeners. Again, thanks for watching. So we're going to get straight into it shortly. If you guys have missed my latest videos, I've got my first graded results. I'm going to be doing a video soon. I did it in the last live stream. I showed my NGC graded coins that came in. So absolute pleasure to show that off. And I've got a few more videos coming. And of course, live streaming is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday in regards to the charts that we're going to be taking a look at. So welcome, RPM Limited. How are you doing? It's good to see you. Hey guys, sorry I had one notification today. Okay, well at least it was my notification and nobody else's. Silver Chimp says thanks to help. Absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure, buddy. I hope you come right there. Graham Diamond says going to be a roller coaster week, I think so. Well, silver started off with a bang this morning. Literally, the moment trading opened, it shot right up to about 11.56. And pretty much what I've been looking at the charts. Well, I've been monitoring the charts all day. We've been in this sort of up. At first, it's like back up to 18.55, and then I saw it down as low as 18.40. And then it was back up to 1848, and then it was down to 1844. And then it was back up into the 1850 territory. And what do you know, guys? We're back in the 1840 territory yet again. So it's going to be an interesting, certainly an interesting week ahead, and even an interesting evening ahead. So I had no notifications today. Sorry, no problem, RPM. I'm glad you made it. Are you current? How you doing? It says, hi, Silver Limey, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Let's have a look. Silver Chimp says today is a holiday in the States. Oh, no ways. Okay, well that's awesome. I hope you got something planned. And again, thanks for joining me on the live stream. I generally do this during the week, Silver Chimp. I used to do every day, and then until I got obviously started to go back to work, and then it's now 3 days a week. I didn't do a video yesterday, guys. I've got my mother-in-law around, so we ended up just doing. When I had lunch, took my wife out as well, so I didn't live stream yesterday at all. So I'll probably do one more weekly shout out probably this Sunday, and that will be it in regards to the shout outs. So you know, it's going to be interesting. Otherwise, I'll be sticking to the regular content, which will be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and then I'll be throwing in videos in between. So I got a package arrived this afternoon, which is fantastic. My Proof 2018 Krugerrand has arrived, and I'll be sending that in for grading. So really looking forward to that. So I'm looking forward to submitting that, getting those results. RPM Limited says the only way is up, guys. It never goes in a straight line. Buy the dips or hodl. I'd say buy the dips, RPM. I don't know about hodling, but you know, look, I mean, precious metals, hodling is probably the ideal thing. When it comes to crypto, don't hodl. Buy the dips and sell the highs. So that's what we're going to be taking a look at. We've got Coin Dragon. Cheers, Silver Limey 79. Hey, Coin Dragon, how are you doing? Welcome. So we've got 7 people in the live stream so far. I guess it's probably 2:30 there in the afternoon. You guys have got a public holiday, sorry, bank holiday, or not sure exactly what you call it there. in the States. I think Silverchimp Silverchimp just called it a holiday. So I hope you guys are having a great time there. Canadian Ryan, he says, "What's up, gang? How are you doing today, Canadian Ryan? Some people don't have enough to keep stacking SL79. Very true, very true. I did an awesome purchase today. I'm super happy. I bought a PF69 2002 half gold sovereign. So I decided to spend the money. I made some profit on some flipping some silver, which is great. I know you guys. I posted a video quite some time ago in regards to flipping silver on eBay, and I decided to give it a go. And to be honest with you, I've been really impressed. I sold one of my 10-ounce Valiants because I bought two. Made a bit of profit. Obviously, kept it. I've basically almost kept it a year, and I've made some good profit on it. So I am super happy about that. And then I'm going to be picking up the 2002 half sovereign PF69 with box and certification. So I'm super happy. I just paid for it before I started, so it's going to be fantastic. I couldn't go for the 70. It was just too much money. And I thought, well, if I buy it now, a PF69 grade is still pretty good. There's only 26 of them that were graded in at 69. At the end of the day, it's still gold as well. It's proof, so it's going to be a great addition to my collection. So really looking forward to that. I'm going to be keeping an eye on some few of the bits, but I'm glad I did the swap. Grave Diamond says the pound is down, down, down. So gold and silver are up, up, up. Well, I'm not surprised. What's his name? Boris Johnson decides with all his wisdom. Sorry, there seems to be a bit of water on here. Just give me 1 minute, guys. I'll just turn the camera off for just for a brief moment. There you go. Hopefully that will do. Camera back on, and there we are. Yeah. So Boris Johnson, his wisdom's pretty much made it clear that the UK is leaving on the 31st of October, and yeah. So the probably reaction there is crypto, Bitcoin shot up as well. So it's interesting. We're going to take a look at crypto, whether that's short-lived or not. I still haven't bought in. I'm still very cautious. It's been lumbering at about that 95, 96 level for quite some time. So we are going to have a look at that shortly. I just want to go over here. So we got Corn Dragon says, yep, Labor Day. That's what they call it. Sorry, guys. Give me another minute here. This counter is really irritating me. It's like slightly damp. So, oh, that's fine. There we go. Right. Right, there we go. Then we got Canadian Ryan says, wow, that's a beauty, I'm sure. Yeah, you should have seen it, man. It looks like a 70. I'm just super happy I got it before anyone else did. Silver Chimp says, Labor Day is the end of hot dog eating season. Oh, that sounds great. Even though I'm vegetarian, I can have a vegetarian sausage. What's what? Woohoo! Chart time. You're absolutely right, my friend. I hope you're keeping well. We're up to 9, so let's keep it going. Just so you all know, I know it's not well received generally when you put a PayPal for donations. If you guys feel like donating, unfortunately, I'm not going to be monetized. It ain't happening. So if you guys feel that you want to contribute to the channel, please, by all means, you'll find my address details there in the description. So if you, no matter what amount, I'd really appreciate any help you guys may assist with. But obviously, that is totally your will. If you want to do it, it's there anyway. So you'll find the details in the description. All right. So let's have a look. Aussie Alchemist, how you doing? He says, be right back listening. Right, let's crack on with it. So let's look at silver, guys. This is silver on the daily, where silver's currently priced at $18.45. Man, can you believe it, guys? We are still in a great movement phase here now. What's interesting enough, God, this thing started to play up again. There we go. If you look at where we are here, again, we've we're still keeping to this trend line. This is a new trend line I put in place, and that is in this area here. Now, if you look at where we are, obviously I've gone up, I think up to 20. There we go. Well, it's just over 20. If we maintain this trend, internet. If we keep this trend line, guys, we're going to be at $20 by the 13th of September. So that's within about 11 days. So silver's got 11 days if it keeps in this channel. Oh, man. Sorry, guys. Yeah, so if silver keeps it within this sort of channel that we're seeing right now, then effectively we could get to $20 pretty much by about the 2 weeks into September, which is fantastic. That's what we want to see. So we're going to have to wait till tomorrow. If tomorrow we see a further movement up, then that confirms this trend line is definitely going to be in place and is definitely in play. What is going to be interesting, though, we're reaching the top of this resistance level. So we're starting to fall into this sort of wedge. So if we do move up from this angle here, guys, it's going to be within a very tight range of breaking out further to the upside, which is great. That's what we want to see, and that's what I want to see, because I'm sure all of you want to see a good silver, a nice, strong performing silver. So if this pattern continues and we see it going tighter into this wedge area right over here where I'm putting the plus sign, then more than likely we're going to see an upward trend, which is great. That's exactly what you want. If for some reason there's going to be a bit of a sell-off, then more than likely it's going to break down into this area. If it does, however, touch the $19 mark, then more than likely, guys, there's probably going to be a sell-off. Because it's new territory. It's, if you look at this area here, we broke through that resistance level, went straight up. Okay, went straight up to 1866, and then we went all the way down here to what's that, 18. So we almost went down to almost 60 cents. So I would probably expect a very similar move if we touch $19. Then I would expect to see some sort of retrace. However, we are in this wedge here, so it's going to be very interesting to see if there is going to be, if we do make it, let's say sooner, let's say we hit 19 here, then more than likely we might see ourselves hit the 1860 level. So there might be a pullback of about 40 odd cents. That's my expectation. And again, that could be a good area to look at getting in. So again, it all depends on if this area is going to play out. So we're gonna have to wait and see over the next couple of days, but pretty much by the end of the week, we're definitely going to be seeing some mega moves in relation to silver's performance here. If, for instance, we don't, and tomorrow's candle is in this area over here, then effectively all we've done is we've consolidated out. Again, also a good move as far as I'm concerned. I want to see some consolidation. However, if we do see it on the upside, then I would be super happy with that if we can maintain this trend line here. However, if we do, then this line is still in play, which means that more than likely we're still going to be in that $20 zone by October. So either way, if we track that line there, why is it? Sorry, yeah, there we go. So if we do track that line. But it certainly means that we're going to be headed a bit further up. Sorry, I'm missing a few comments here, so let's check this out. Okay, Mudswat, super happy that the charts are running. We've got RPM Limited. I'll contribute. Well, thank you very much for that, RPM. It's really it's only if you feel the need. If you see value in what I'm doing, I certainly appreciate anybody, and I'll give you a shout out, my friend, on the next time. Mudswat says 1845. Wow, now I'm getting curious. I know what you mean. I'm like super excited. Let's have a look. We got Ozzy says, good day, Mudswat. Morning, mate. RPM Limited says, would you prefer euro? Man, RPM, it doesn't matter which one. If it's euro, pounds, it gets converted anyway. Really, I appreciate it, my man. Thank you very much. Mudswat says, morning, how are you all? I'm doing fantastic, Mudswat. I don't want to sell my silver. It looks too long to acquire. You know what? Everybody has to have a buy zone in place. I know I do. And if I can consolidate some of my silver, and one thing I am overexposed in at the moment is silver. So I am letting some silver go, but you know, basically the way I'm working it is obviously the coins that I have that are basically semi-collectible. I am obviously selling those in order to get the benefit of that. Whether or not that works, obviously, I did flip some there. Some I've made €2 or €3 on, which I think isn't bad considering what I paid for it. I made 10%. 10% is great. I'm pretty happy about that. Some have made more, which is great. So which is all about buying the right coin. So if you can pick up a coin that could have a future numismatic value with the benefit of having base metal in it, then I think you're on to a winner. Excuse me. So definitely worth considering, especially when you're looking at you know, coins for your stack, is try and get coins that have also got some sort of semi-numismatic collector's value, and then of course a base value, and then are suited to your budget. What you might find is you might find that certain coins that you've always been buying are at that price, but then you might find a base coin which might be slightly rarer. I wouldn't say rarer, but a lower mintage. However, it might only cost you $1 more, or maybe $1.50. However, in the long run, if you keep that for let's say 2-3 years, 1 to 2 years minimum, then your return on that would be far greater than the other one that you spent $1.50 less on. So, you know, keep your options open when it comes to that sort of thing, because you might find yourself in the money a bit early. Buy it back in the dip. There you go. Or just buy in the dip. That's the way I do it. MudSwat, is the market open today? Yeah, of course it's open. Don't forget it's open on this side of the world, not in the US. So MudSwat not in the US. There you go. Jody Rhodes, how you doing, Jody? I have some faith, old boys. $50 plus in a year. There you go. $50 in a year, man. I tell you what, if silver was $50 a year in a year, I'd be super happy about that. Peter Bowes, how you doing, Peter? It's good to see you, my friend. Thomas Robinson says 100 ounces at $20 equals $2,000. Absolutely, that's one way to put it. So if you paid $15 an ounce for that, then you've just made yourself $500 just on that 100 ounce. It's a pretty good return. That's 25% return, guys. Don't forget about that. If you bought at $15, and you're selling at 20, that's a 25% return. Well done. Silver Heist, how you doing, man? It's good to see you. It's been a while. How is GSR looking? GSR. So how is GSR? Sorry. Oh, gold. I was wondering what that was for a sec there. Gold silver ratio. We're going to take a look actually, because gold's been pretty flat, guys. If we look at gold, is up 0.58, and silver is up 0.59. Oh, it's neck and neck. It's neck and neck. That's what Thomas Robinson says. I got 2,500 ounces. Jeez. You got to walk in safe for that thing, Thomas. Aussie Alchemist says, good day, DB, Heist, and Jody. Jody Rhodes says 5 kilograms last night. Jeez. Awesome. Good day, Aussie. Everyone's saying hello there. Well, Silver Heist saying hello to everybody. Silver Heist Labor Day in the US. Yes, that's correct. Thomas Robinson, really appreciate it. Thanks. He's hit the like button. So guys, don't forget to hit the like button if you don't mind. Sheffield EPNS, Stephen Heath says, Lordy Mercy, Silver Limey 79. How you doing, Stephen? I hope you're keeping well. It's all kicking off there in the UK, isn't it, buddy? I hope everything works out for you. It's in the bank, says Thomas Robinson. It's in the bank. There you go. He's got a safety deposit box. We're up to 17 watching, guys. So again, you guys are awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Right, let's get back to it. So yeah, I can see it's this software here that's really making it slow. So it's probably because the market in the US is closed that it's really slow. Otherwise, I'm not saying my computer is. It's slow because of the US. There isn't much activity going on. Here you go. That's very interesting, guys. Okay, so that's a look at silver on the hour. Again, we'll move. Okay, that's silver on the hour, guys. We're above our 20 moving average, which is great. Sorry, I'm trying to select it here, but it keeps getting mixed up between that and the. So there we are, 20 moving average. Once we're above that, that's when we start to see momentum building. Okay, once we're below that, that's when we need to do more work, and we're going to try and build ourselves up for that. So let's not forget that. So currently we're above that, which is great. We're still in our support zone. Our support zone is there. You can see there we dipped below it. We've come up, we've consolidated across, and then we've immediately jumped up, which is great. We did that a few hours ago, so we're back in that territory. There's been a few times it's done that where it's broken support level. However, it's been maintained, and then of course the buyers have come in, pushed it back into that ascending wedge, if you can call it that. So again, we're still tracking, guys. We're still tracking well. That's what I want to see. I want to see us in that zone. You can see there that wick. The wick came down, okay, and it hit, sort of broke through support. However, the bulls came back in, pushed the price back up. However, we still had some pretty enormous selling pressure there. But in the next candle, we had the buyers. The bears were exhausted. The buyers came in, and we've sort of held our position here for the last few hours. So again, look, we consolidated for the last 3 hours. So we should start to see another move pretty much on the next candle. We've got 21 minutes left. So hopefully on the next candle, we should start to see some activity. We're going to have to wait and see how we get on there. Let's take a look at gold, everybody. Gold, everyone's favorite color. Right, let's check comments. Wow, up to 17. Thank you very much again. Thomas Robinson, it's in the bank. Okay, so that's the last one I have. Is that correct? Okay, let's make sure the signal's starting to dip a bit. Right, okay, so let's look at gold. Now, what we can see is that yellow line. That's building up. You can see we're way over it. The daily looks superb for gold right now. You can see it there. Likewise for silver. It's fantastic, guys. We want to see that line. We want to see ourselves touch it, go up. That's what we want to see. We just want to be flowing above that 20-day moving average. You can see there's our breakout that we had those many weeks ago, and we're still maintaining it. Again, we're still looking good. Gold is building up for something. Don't forget that. We've consolidated enough out that we're going to eventually, there's going to be enough upward momentum to push those candles up. So that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for a really decent move here for gold. It is definitely coming. We can see here we've had some selling, and then for the last 3 days again. So we've got into some buying. Unfortunately, the US markets are closed. So you can just imagine what is going to happen tonight. Tonight for me, and morning for some of you in the States. I just really have a good feeling about this. We are going to perform well. Gold's been sitting there waiting. It is just a matter of time here that we're actually going to start building up the momentum there. Sorry, just let me know you guys are still alive. I still don't see any comments there. I'm going to just check the YouTube screening here. Something doesn't make sense here. Okay, give me 1 minute there, guys. Playback doesn't begin shortly. Try restarting your device. Oh dear. Okay, I'm just checking the chat here to make sure the chat is coming through. Oh. Oh, damn it. Okay, there we go. Guys, just give me a thumbs up or something like that. I just want to make sure that the chat is working here. I haven't seen it 6 minutes ago. If you guys can just let me know that you guys. Oh, nope, still nothing. Okay, guys, there seems to be some lag here. Anyway, let's get on with it. So gold, where is gold? Okay, guys, I'll be right back. Hey guys, just back here. I'm just checking the chat here because literally there is no chatting going on. So I'm just going to check this out and just make sure that, yeah, people are chatting. There's absolutely nothing coming through here. Hey guys, sorry, I'm not getting any feed with this program. All I've got the feed that's coming through here. I guess this must be a bit behind here by the looks of it. Let's do that there. There you go. Okay, guys, I'm just checking the chat here. There's no chat coming through, so I'm just going to have to double check my phone here. MudSwat, I have a small amount. MudSwat, okay, it's in the bank. Okay, that's the, okay, there we go. So now, after that, MudSwat, there's got to be a way to flip and refresh this. Okay, MudSwat says, I have a small amount of PMs. It's not worth the time and effort to sell. Yes, those dirty Ramonas are going to get it, says Stephen Heath. Sorry, guys, I've got no comments coming through on my... that's RPM says it's only going up because USA isn't fixing it. There we go. Just going to go through this. It's probably going to... this a better flip and kick in. There we go, guys. Sorry, I just had to refresh there. No comments were coming through. I hope you guys heard everything I said there. Kind of be disappointed if I have to go through all of that again. Right. Oh, here we go. Here are all the comments, guys. It's all coming through now. Okay, so MudSwat says, I have a small amount of PMs, which we obviously spoke about there. RPM says, only going up because USA isn't fixing it. Pakistan Secrets. Hey, man, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. I'm not showing connections here, guys. I'm showing 29. Oh, this is so frustrating. Can you guys hear me okay? So this is... oh, there you go. Sorry, guys. This is really... This is not how I wanted this to go. Yep, still here, just fixated on charts. So unfortunately, it doesn't tell me how many people are in the stream here. So I'm just going to go through it. US greetings, says Silver Heist. I'm so far behind. Like your positive attitude, SL79. Thanks very much, Graham. Aussie Alchemist, $1,600. End of the week. I'll tell you what, it's building up for that momentum, guys. And trust me, it's going to be something special. It just needs to get back up over 1550. It's gone below that level now. So now what we have is when precious metals break through support, that support then becomes resistance. So you've got that reversal of fortune. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. AU Current says, I agree, Mudspot. If you're a huge buyer, you can play the dips and rises. But small buyers, we need a big rise to make it worthwhile selling. That is definitely correct. Peter Bow says, all good here. We can hear you, says RPM Limited. Chef Capanier, how are you doing? He says, hi, Mr. Silver Limey. How are you doing? DB Stupid, welcome. We got Mudspot. Indeed, AU Current. It's even harder with huge premiums on every piece of metal. Good day, AU Current. Obviously, that is Aussie saying hello to everybody there. RPO Limited says, someone grab a mic and have a go. I just, oh man, the internet here just sucked. Mudspot says, however, we'll be the ones who still have silver when it hits the fan and silver goes to $300. I love your optimism there, Mudspot. Really, man, that is fantastic. Aussie Alchemist says, Mudspot, AU Current, same boat. That's why more interested in the ratio and trading for gold. That's what we're going to be taking a look at shortly. Misplaced Upa Girl, how are you doing? Welcome. Fantastic to see you. Mudswat says, Silver Limey 79, you have to restart the stream. Well, I presume Big Gale's kicking up in the UK. Can you guys just restart the stream? Silver Limey 79. Oh, come on. 1745. Yeah, that was 5 minutes ago. We're still in the same situation here, man. Oh! Okay, it looks according to this, I'm still streaming, guys. Oddly enough. Even the countdown clock is actually there, so okay, I'm just trying to okay, well, that's okay. Hopefully. Okay, well, the bloody comments are frozen again. Now, honestly, this system was supposed to be tip frickin' top. It's the main reason why I'm using this. Okay, so I'm going to have to play this in front of me. Okay, none of the comments have stopped working again. Jody Rhodes. Upa Girl. Silver Limey, you'll have to restart the stream. Okay, well, obviously I don't have to. It seems to be running perfectly, so I'm going to have to just crack on and check my phone for all the comments. Unbelievable. RPM Limited says, Boris Johnson having a referendum over Brexit. Breaking news. No ways. You know, I was chatting to somebody. If that is, in fact, true, then he's going to have to do it because it technically makes sense, right? With the percentages so close, it's like you have to have another referendum. And basically, you've got to tell people that, you know, we need a majority here if this is going to be going through. That's going to be interesting to see how that goes down. RPM Limited says sound and vision is fine. Super. Everything is fine here. Peter Bowes, yes, all good here. Fantastic. Thanks, guys. RPM Limited says 15 is a stream. 15 is stream only. I've liked, but I don't believe that. Well, look. Thanks, guys. Your current RPM Limited sounds like Boris might might have betrayed Brexit if he's decided on another referendum. Are you current again? With the results. It's typical. Not you, obviously, but the Conservatives, man, talk about a complete farce. They should have said from the very beginning that they needed a majority in order for this to see this through. With only a fine margin of 51.9%, how can you make a decision based on 51.9% and 48%, call it that? It's just not possible. And that's the reason why everything is just not working, because it's so close. So the only way to do it is you've got to walk away. That's what you're going to do. But are they going to do that? RP Limited says, sounds, sorry, that's the one we've been over. He said, Mudswap, that was a while ago. Old messages, you're fine. Okay, CoinCollect says, lol, Silverlime, getting cross with technology. Yeah, can you believe that? RP Limited says, you have a network down near you, SL79, I bet. Well, I just get so frustrated because I just want to make these videos good, and it just irritates me when I plan this and it just doesn't work. It hasn't happened very often. It's the second time now, but I just get really irritated. Thomas Robinson says, if silver goes to $300 an ounce, Taxman will love me. That one coin collector, man, how you said you're looking at some old messages, Limey. Oh. Well, I'm trying to catch up here. I'm almost there, guys. Jody Rhodes has put a comment in there. Excuse me. RPM says, are you current? Did you expect less from a Tory? Are you current? Did you expect less from a Tory? Not from Boris. Coin collector, it does not make sense to have a second referendum as well. Haven't actually implemented the last one yet. You're right, but again, if you're stuck and you can't make a decision, ultimately, then you have to have another go at it. It's another crack. It's as simple as that. It's probably, I know it's not what everybody wanted, but hopefully they can squeeze a better majority through in order to get this through. Or you never know. It'd be interesting to see how it's all going to work out. Appreciate the screen plug, free advertising for us, Supergirl. We've got Coin Collector. We need to actually try life outside the EU. I know I'm moving away from the chart here, talking about stuff like that. But Zionists, all for the NWO. Are you current? Silverlime, your statement about 51% is not relevant. All UK governments for the last 50 years have been elected on around only 30% of the populace vote. But that's a government being voted. What you don't seem to realize is this is the biggest decision in Britain's history, and pretty much since joining the European Union, the EEC back in 1973. So this governments, yeah, fine. Voting for governments, that is completely different. What we're looking at here, we're looking at a completely different situation. We're talking about something that could drastically affect the lives of everybody living in the UK. When you're talking about governments, 51.9% of the votes, yeah, fine. If you're voting in a government, then and a party's won at 51%, fine. That's the result. But having a referendum like this and not putting in a majority is a complete load of nonsense. They should have said they will put the if we get 60% of the votes, we will implement this referendum. They didn't. They left it open, and this is the mess they're dealing with. But again, this is a major thing that is going to change everybody's lives in the United Kingdom. So hence why I say that they should have implemented at least a 2/3 majority rule, or at least some form of majority. If it was 60% in favor of leaving, there you have it. 60% of the votes decided to leave the UK, not 51.9% versus 48%. But that's the mess they're living in. Coin Collector's going to be Coin Collector's having a go at me here. RPM, just a fact that the last comment, by the way, says RPM Limited. Coin Collector, and have governed to see fit with less than 30%. Jody Rhodes, they didn't expect to lose. No one really did. I voted out. There you go. Well done there, Jody. You voted. You voted to leave. Sorry, guys. You've got this sort of side profile on my head. CoinClick says, no, it's not the biggest decision in British history. You completely ignored Owen. I'm talking about modern history here, Coin Collector. You know, everyone's been so used to joining the European Union that they don't realize that what an effect this is probably going to have on people. Jobs, money, taxes, it's all coming. You guys voted to leave. I'm glad I'm not living there. CoinClick says it's a majority. 51% is a majority. A very slim majority. Please do me a favor, Coin Collector. Again, it's 51%. But with any referendum, right, you want to have a significant majority in order for you to actually get the policy through. It's like, how are you gonna control rebels in your own party with a 51% majority? You can't do it. AU Current says Silver Limey 79. The trouble is the new referendum will be between a no deal or staying with the EU. The original was to leave the EU, so the EU only had to offer no deal to get what they wanted. Very true. It's going to be a deal or no deal. RP Limited says yes. Coin Collector. Then we got Jody Rhodes says my Welsh mate in Ireland is pissed off too, killing his business. So everyone's concerned on this side of the sea, if you can call it that. EU is sinking way down, wide drown with it. We didn't ask for the deal when we helped in World War II. Yep. Conglet says the actually impacting on the average person will not be that big. Please show me the evidence where that. I mean, hello, you're losing out on a major trade deal with another country, right? And forget about the fantasies of having trade agreements with the United States. Do you honestly think we've got a great partnership with the guys over the water who generate significant business that is tariff free, right? And then all of a sudden you're going to throw all that away and say, oh, well, and then put your bet. You're going to place your bets on the US trade deal. A lot of people would say it's the devil. Which devil do you prefer? The devil you know or the devil you don't? Let's have a look. It's actually impact on the average person is not that big. The issue is that I'd love to see your evidence there, Coin Collector, because more than likely, if they're going to lose business, they will lose taxes. How are they going to fill? How are they going to fill their budget if they are not making the money from trade deals with the European Union? So if none of that is coming into the country, then how will they make that money up? How can you say that? Coin Collector says still a million plus more people voted to leave. Money and taxes will not be affected as we're not part of the euro. Hello, the government needs to generate money. If they're losing money from trade deals with the European Union, how are they going to make that money up? Borrow money? The money doesn't grow on trees. The last time I checked. Coin Collector says, and in no fiscal union with the EU would it be much more difficult if we were to part of the euro, but we are not. I'm not talking about the euro. I'm talking about the money they make from products coming from the European Union. There are loads of businesses, and this is an absolute fact, that import goods from the European Union. Now, you break away from the European Union, what does that mean to a majority of those businesses? They're going to have to pay tariffs, right? So that means that people are going to have to up their prices in order to obviously get those goods in. Do you honestly think that the European Union and British government are not going to have a tariff-free system? Because that is not going to be the case. Ozzy Alchemist says we are saying in Oz rules. Anyway, guys, I've really got to move on from this. This is perhaps tariffs will actually benefit the UK. I'm sure they will, but that's if trade is going to be agreed on, even though tariffs are going to be in place. And who's going to pay more? Yes, tariffs are coming in. Who's going to pay more for that? The average man and woman in the UK will be paying more for their services and will be paying more for their goods. It's as simple as that. Johnny Rose says every country is in the poo. Look at the debts. That's why PMs are soaring. Anyway, I've got to move on from this, guys. We can argue about this until we're blue in the face. Okay, so let's look at gold. Gold holding at $1,529. I've said in regards to the way I'm going to be seeing that movements. We're tracking well. We're way above that sort of 20-day moving average, which is great. That's what I want to see, guys. I'm going to just put some lighting on here. There we go. Hopefully the lighting comes on there quickly. So we are looking fairly good there, which is great. We're going to take a look at platinum, guys. One of my favorite metals is definitely platinum. One thing I will put in place shortly here. We're just taking a look at it here. So as you can see, I was talking about the yellow line. It's in place. It's all the way down the bottom. We're flowing well above us. We're maintaining that peak, so which means we're in bullish territory. So don't forget about that. So we might have gone a little sideways consolidation, but consolidation equals momentum in order to move up, which is exactly what I want. Okay, so let's look at, we're going to move on to platinum. Platinum's had a fantastic ride last week. There is the uptrend, as you can see there. We had a massive push up. We can see it there, straight up there. We're well above. There's our 20-day moving average, as you can see it here. We're looking good now. We're now in bullish territory, guys, which is great. That's what I want to see. We're way above that. We've now gone straight up. Now we need to build consolidation. So I want to see some consolidation up, and then we're going to hopefully keep moving up. I want to see 950. I want to see 960 platinum. That's where I want to see our next moves. So today we've been pretty much selling. There's obviously been no US market in today. So tomorrow is where majority of the trading is probably going to happen. So I'm really looking forward to that because it'll give us some direction in regards to where we're going here. There has been some selling off. So again, not looking too bad for platinum. So if we have a look here, we opened at 932. We went up as high as 938 before we dropped back down to 925, and we're sitting at 929. So not looking too bad there, guys. I'm sure the platinum holders are over the moon. If anyone bought down in these territories here, let's see, what's that, about the 840, 830 mark? I tell you what, you'd be smiling. That's almost $100 up, considering where we were maybe 3 weeks ago. Let's look at platinum on the hour. Right, we're just below our 20 moving average, which is a shame. So, however, if you look at what we've done previously, pretty much we've been sitting above that. So we've been flowing up. We've been building support on it. So as you can see, we've gone down, up, back, up, down, and we've kept ourselves going there. And then, of course, we had a sell-off that we can see in this area here. And that was about 8 o'clock this morning, deep red candle down. However, still looking good. So we had a slightly smallish one. Then the buyer started to come in, a little bit more selling pressure again. And then we went up nicely. We attempted to break through that resistance level. If you have a look, because we're under our 20 moving average, whenever we break through that support level, it now turns into resistance. So what we've done is we've done that maneuver there. We've tried to break through, we failed, and of course we got rejected, which is exactly what this red candle was. However, what we've done is we've come straight down, we've hit the 50 moving average, which is the orange line. And again, we built on support for that. And as you can see, our next candles have immediately started to build up momentum on that, which is great. That's what we want to see. So hopefully, again, we are building up for something. So hopefully that should be a little bit more consolidation. And then hopefully we can pop straight above the 20-day moving average, really start gaining the momentum, the energy in order to get through and really start to press on. But platinum on the daily looks fantastic, guys. One thing I do want to check out we're going to have a look at the weekly as well. There's our massive candle movements up. We're going to take a look at the weekly. Wow, guys, we're really, I mean, if you look at that nice big candle there for the week, there's our massive resistance zone. So that's what we're coming up against at the minute. We've got a 200-day moving average. You can see the big candle coming straight up right through resistance there. The 100-day moving average popped on right through. We're now attempting to try and break through that 200-day or the 200 moving average. So once we get above that, man, I mean, we're already, platinum's really set up for something special. So hopefully, if you look at it, that's where we've been. The starts for this week, we're a bit in the red. Hopefully, we should start seeing some buying momentum tomorrow. Right. I'm going to check the chat here. Let's see how we're getting on. Okay, let's check. Sorry, guys, we'll have to go back. Literally, what's handy about these messages that come on screen. Coin collector. I do agree that eventually some sort of trade deal will be implemented. I've got no disagreement with you there. Not an economic one. Johnny Rhodes says this is all about the City of London, Wall Street, and the ECB. We can all average. Where to spend budgets on mobile app these days. Coin Collector says tariffs will actually benefit the UK. Okay, sorry, we've already been over that one. No, because we import from the rest of the world, like developing countries, will much lower tariffs than the US, than the EU imposes on them. Gotta go, guys. Are you current? All the best. Thank you very much. Good reading all the comments. Take care. Okay, I'll stop ranting about Brexit now. Forget trade. That's not important. Who controls the money printing? Jody, that's an interesting point. Aussie Alchemist, Jody, he says, kind of same as charts. Bugger all physical and mainly electronic moving the market. Jody Rhodes, after a smoke, I think all about this money is basically just a computer server in a data center. It's all BS. RPM agrees with him there. He says even Farage will get a WTO deal. Let's have a look. Where are we? Jody says 90% of all my net worth is in precious metals. Wow, Jody, that's some adjustment you've got there, right? Right, let's do this. Right, so what are we moving on to, guys? I've really gone over here talking about Brexit, but okay, let's look. We've looked at platinum. Let's look at palladium. Everyone's favorite metal. Just kidding. Market's fairly flat again, just because of the US holiday. We could see it there. We've had our awesome spike there from Friday, straight up. We built up on our averages here. So our moving averages, we've pretty much been. If you have a look at this area here, so we've got our 50-day moving average and our 20-day moving averages there. It's been pretty consistent where we've gone over that. So you can see it there, just straight above it. Then we've got consolidation, some selling off, back down, buying straight back up, again holding with some selling pressure. And then we've got immediately straight back down, but then our support level held. We came straight back up with that red candle, followed by the next candle, which literally pushed us up, but then selling pressure took us all the way back down. However, we broke through that resistance level, and that resistance level, like I always say, becomes support, which is exactly what that candle did 3 days ago. And then, of course, the next day, bang, straight up through there. And, of course, we are in awesome territory right now for palladium, currently priced at $1,531.20. So if we have a look here, we are currently 1,384. So that's where we went down as far as that. So if anyone bought palladium at 1,384, you're in the money. Congratulations. We're going to move on to Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been an interesting one. I tell you, I mean, for all its faults, over the last 4 or 5 days, it really has consolidated, and then you can see the support line is still there as well. So it has actually steadily built up on that line, which I think is pretty cool. So we've got our support level in place, and then of course we got our candles just touching it and going up, touching it, going up. And then what happened was in this section here, we had major buying. We broke through that resistance, which is our 100-day moving average. There it is there. So we broke through 100, and then what do you know? Next candle, boom, straight up. We challenged our 20-day moving average, but failed. So we're immediately just below that. So we're waiting for further signals. It did drop down. I think it was about 10,080 at some point. So it is it's not out of the woods yet, although it is looking good. But again, I'm not sure if that is going to be for a short term. Pretty much if you look at the same thing that happened the last time when gold shot up, then obviously Bitcoin went up. And what happened? The next day, obviously, the sellers came in and they rammed that price down. So we're going to have to wait and see if we've got enough momentum here to clear these resistance levels. However, don't get me wrong, it's looking good. It's bounced off this support level, which is great. Has it got enough momentum here to build up and go even higher, or is it going to go and retest the support line again at about 9.5? So it's going to be interesting to see over the next few days how Bitcoin is going to play out. Let's look at Bitcoin on the weekly. Right, so there we go. There's our big triangle, straight like that. So it's building up to something really big. So it's either going to go or it's going to break out. So obviously, depending on volume and depending on the sort of news out there that may affect Bitcoin, it's going to be one interesting one to have a look at. We started in the green here. However, the last 3 weeks, guys, look at that. The last 21 days, we've been in the red. We've been in the drink, as we always say. So it's definitely one to keep an eye on. We're still looking pretty good. I mean, look at that on the weekly. We're way above our 20-day moving average, and there are other averages. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. Let's look at Bitcoin on the hour. Wow. Okay. Look at Bitcoin on the hour. That's very interesting. Bitcoin on the hour. Wow. Okay. That is really interesting. And you guys are probably wondering what's so interesting about that. Well, look at where our moving averages are. We've been in this sort of slurry area down here for quite some time. And then what happened was we had this candle here. Well, first of all, we had this test here and we were rejected. This was at 10 o'clock this morning. Then at 11 o'clock, we had an attempt to break through and we succeeded. So immediately, again, you've got resistance, guys. And then once you break through the resistance, it turns into support. And then, of course, it's going to start to go up. So then we had major buying here. We kept the momentum. And then the next 2 hours, 3 hours, we were sort of hovering in that area. And then bang, the buyers came back in again and rammed that price all the way back up again. What's interesting, though, is we're not seeing some major pressure to pull that price down. I think it's still looking okay here on the hourly, which is really bizarre, considering that the daily looks, we still got some resistance levels to get through. But it's not looking too bad here on the hourly. So we're going to have to keep our eyes open in regards to what's going to happen over the next few hours, maybe give us some direction as to where Bitcoin is going. Right, okay, I'm going to just check the chat here again, and then we're going to wrap up. Sucker for silver, man, how you doing? Kind of got to go, guys. There we go. Okay, I'll stop ranting. Let's have a look. Sucker for silver. Hey, Limey. Hope the day is going well. Is the Bitcoin pump just a pump before dump? That is pretty much the caution I treat Bitcoin with these days, because that is, I'm just thinking people are climbing into it, not fully understanding it again, and then we might end up just having another dump. So I'm extremely cautious. Sorry, I'm reading off my phone, guys, because my comments through this StreamYard are frozen. So you'll have to forgive me while I'm looking down. I always prefer to look up and, of course, read them there. So Rhodium was everyone's favorite. He thought Rhodium was everyone's favorite. Rhodium. Question: is there plat to Palladium ratio? I'm afraid not. No, there isn't. Oh yeah, you guys, I wanted to show you the should we have a look at the gold to silver ratio before we finish up? I believe somebody wanted me to show that, so we will take a look. I'm going to close the camera down for a sec here. Jeez, that was a close one. I'm just going to turn the camera off for a sec, just so I can read these comments out. So let's have a look. We've got Optimus Locust. He's here. Fantastic. Sucker for Silver says, just saw a guy showing off his 5-ounce rhodium bar. That could buy a decent car. I like that rhyme. That rhymes, buddy. Aussie Alchemist. Wow, that's cool, Sucker. Optimus Locust. I just rewound and what's your take on silver? Looks good. Crossing fingers, it keeps the trend. Absolutely. It's still looking pretty good, so can't complain there. Aussie Alchemist says dive. Obviously, Aussie wants to benefit from the actual price. RPM Limit says my whole BTC career is in the red. You're not the only one, RPM. Although today, interesting enough, we've had a small recovery in the price of Litecoin and Ethereum, which is interesting enough. Show us the volumes. Right, let's take a look at the gold to silver ratio. Oh my word, guys. Whew. The gold to silver ratio, man. This is super stuff. You know, when we were looking at 86, guys, what do you think the gold to silver ratio is right now? Obviously, put your comments in there. Let me know ASAP, because I'm going to turn this off and I'm going to activate the screen shortly. You guys have got to see this. What do you think the gold to silver ratio is? Please let me know in the comments. Gold to silver ratio 81.1. You better not have cheated there, Aussie. I was hoping guys are going to take a guess here. Everyone knows the answer already. That's not fair. Okay, so gold to silver ratio. The gold to silver ratio, guys, is 82.8. Can you actually believe that? Wow. 82.8, guys. Thomas Robinson's 85.2. Guys, it's like gained like 11 ounces. Well, call it 10 ounces if you like. Unbelievable. Oh dear, my computer's really battling here. So there we go. That's where we've come from there. You can see there that silver's gained on gold pretty consistently right now. So 82.8. Optimus Locust says it will be back to 70 soon. That was a genuine sorry, Lord. Jody Rhodes says Litecoin is up on the day. Absolutely, it certainly is, isn't it? Optimus Locust 82.72. Nikola Tesla about to be released at last. Well, wouldn't even take all the world. A couple of ISPs drops, it's in trouble. Look, RPM Lewis says free power generators loads in the way. Aussie Alchemist says 81.1. Say Thomas Robinson says I bought silver when it was $3.50 an ounce. RPM Limited says no, they're taking more complex than it's more complex than that. RPM Limited says Jody LTC is up because I ditched it. That was a genuine to the minute guess, says Aussie. Well, I tell you what, that was pretty good, mate. RPM Limited says Bitcoin and XRP for me, both sides of the fence. Yeah, I'm looking forward to actually offloading my XRP. One of my worst investment decisions ever in my crypto career was buying that stuff, and I'm looking forward to putting into some. I will change that for something else once I get an increase in market share. That's the plan anyway. Right, there we go, guys. Gold to silver ratio 82.8. This is where we're pretty much going to end it. So again, just special thanks to everybody. Thank you all very much for joining me on this live stream. I don't know if this is going to come through. I'm just going to type it on here because it might be better. Thank you for all watching. Sorry, I need to untick this box because that was ages ago. Don't know if that'll come up, but let's see if it does anyway. Thank you for all watching. Aussie Ogma says below 80, less than 20 ounces for 1 ounce of gold. It sounds like someone's going to be going for it. There we go. Thank you for watching. Comment actually popped up there. That's interesting. So guys, thanks very much. I want to put the camera on while I say goodbye to you all. Unfortunately, I can't do much as far as shout outs are. So guys, thanks very much for watching again. As usual, it's always an absolute pleasure to go over this. I'll be back on Wednesday. If you guys feel the need to donate, check the description for details for donating either in crypto or obviously you're more than welcome to do a PayPal payment. I know a lot of people don't like doing that, but sadly I've got no choice because I can't monetize. So it's up to you though. Feel free. I hold no grudge against anybody. I look forward to joining you. Well, I look forward to you guys joining me on Wednesday for the next one, and of course I'll update you in between. So I will obviously take screenshots and I will check the community posts. So guys, as usual, thanks so much for watching. Really appreciate you guys being here. I think we've had a pretty good session, with the exception of the Brexit argument. But here we go. So I'm going to do some shout outs here. I'll put the screen up here so that we can all see it. Jody, thank you all thank you very much. Danny Baldwin, RPM Limited, Aussie Alchemist, Thomas Robinson, Optimus Locust. Let's have a look. RPM Limited, Sucker for Silver. Hopefully the comments will be working properly next time. Jody Rhodes. Just checking through here. And Coin Collector, AU Currents was in earlier. And one more person is DB Stupid. I'll see you all in the next one, guys. Thanks all very much. Don't forget to check out the description for details. And of course, I'll see you all in the next one.